This is the story of Carol Louise Valenzuela, a young woman whose life was tragically cut short under mysterious and brutal circumstances. Born on December 30th, 1955 in Bemidji, Minnesota, Carol was one of 5 children born to William and Barbara Platt. Her siblings were David, Gary, Robert, and Gail. Carol eventually moved to Camas, Washington, where at the age of 17 she married Robert Valenzuela on August 17, 1973. The young couple quickly started a family welcoming twins who were just 10 months old when tragedy struck. On August 2, 1974, Carol was last seen hitchhiking from Camas to Vancouver. Witnesses confirmed she reached her destination and visited a welfare office that morning. A caseworker asked her to return at 1:00 p.m. to collect food stamps. However, Carol never returned, and she was reported missing by her husband 2 days later. She was just 18 years old. Over 2 months later, in October 1974, a deer hunter discovered skeletal remains in a wooded area approximately 14 miles northeast of Vancouver, Washington. Nearby, a second set of remains was also found. These tragic discoveries were just a mile from where the ID of Jamie Grissom, a 16-year-old who went missing in 1971, had previously been located. Through dental charts sent to Bemidji, Minnesota, the first set of remains was identified as those of Carol Valenzuela. The second victim remained unidentified for decades. In 2015, the second set of remains was finally identified as those of Martha Morrison, a young woman from Portland, Oregon, who disappeared in September 1974. The identification process was complex, hindered by mislabeling of remains and delays in DNA testing. Initially, multiple suspects were considered, including notorious killers Ted Bundy and Randall Woodfield. However, attention soon turned to Warren Leslie Forrest. He was a government employee with a history of violent crimes. Warren had been convicted in 1974 for the murder of 19-year-old Krista Blake and was serving a life sentence. In 2019, advancements in DNA analysis linked Forrest to blood evidence found on an air pistol in his possession. This DNA evidence matched Martha Morrison's DNA, leading to his indictment for her murder. In 2023, Forrest was convicted of Morrison's killing, receiving another life sentence. Despite this, Forrest continues to deny involvement in many of the crimes he is suspected of. Tragically, Carol's father and brother Bill and David died in a car accident in 1986. Her mother Barbara passed away in 1993. Carol Valenzuela's story remains a sobering reminder of the dangers faced by young women during the 1970s and how modern forensic science in pursuing justice for victims. While her life was tragically short, her memory endures through her family and ongoing efforts to bring answers to cold cases. If you have any information about Carol Valenzuela's case, you are urged to contact the Clark County Sheriff's Cold Case Unit. Together we can continue seeking justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves.